outreach and mobilize students. The only time I really see anything about SGA is from the emails that they send out.
Excellent. I'm sorry, I just keep talking. But I hope you're not going to tire me yet. So the last question is another perfect question. SGA outreach is really something that's, again, it's hard. We're looking at trying to contact and really mobilize 20,000 individuals. Now, with that being said, I think we do a pretty good job. Our emails are one form of getting information and disseminating information out to individuals. However, we do, this event in general is actually us outreaching to you. But obviously, I mentioned it earlier with our new program called Office Hours on the Quad. Office Hours on the Quad really is something that SGA has never done before, but it gives the students an opportunity on our campus to know exactly where we are, to know exactly how they can reach us. We'll be out on the same location, at the same time, on the same day, every week, and students will have an opportunity to approach us, as well as have us approach them about concerns and comments they might have here on campus. In addition to all that, we are continuing to work on improving our media that we disseminate out to individuals here on campus. That's social media like Facebook and Twitter, and we have a Tumblr page now, and YouTube account. And so you can continue to look out for those types of media that you will be able to access and use and see what we're doing. But in addition to all that, we're obviously continuing to use the classic forms of media like the Vedette and like WZND, who I believe both are in attendance tonight. So that's terrific. And again, utilizing those resources so students have an opportunity to get to us in as many ways as possible. I really do feel that we extend our hand as much as we possibly can and offer you, as the students, as much information as we possibly can. However, it's always up to the students as whether or not they're going to utilize that information, whether they're going to take in that information and really do something about it. Oftentimes we'll have a rallying cry, and that's terrific, and we will continue to do that, but students really have to mobilize on issues that they find personally interesting to us, so we know what those issues are. But like I said, it's something, improving communication is one of our key pillars this year, and we will continue to work on this issue as well and address these concerns and really get out there and provide students with opportunities to approach us as well as opportunities for us to approach them.
What can SGA do to help? And we're going to switch gears and send that to the President of the Assembly, Schloss.
Good evening. Well, it's no big surprise to a lot of people that college is very expensive, and the costs associated with living in a college town are expensive as well. That's what I'd like to address first, as far as how we can help you with the day-to-day. Because when it comes to student fees and tuition, while we can act as a representative of you and your voice to higher bodies, where we can help you really is the day-to-day. And a program that we started last year, actually Mr. Owens here spearheaded that, it was the Calculator Lending Program. And what that is students can come into our office and borrow a calculator for a week or a semester, and that in effect saves them anywhere between $100 and $120, and they can use that for their classes. We're also looking to start into a clicker lending program as well, which would be very similar to the calculator lending program, except with clickers. Clickers are a reality for especially underclassmen, and I mean, $60 for a clicker that you may use for 1 or 2 classes is a lot of money to spend, and having that opportunity to use one for this semester or the following fall, you might not need it every semester, it's a good idea to go in that direction. Moving on to bigger issues is the college affordability resource, which is something that is housed on our website, sga.lsu.edu. And what it is a place where students can go and ask questions. You can ask questions and find resources about how, other students and yourself, and as far as the student government may recommend courses to take with the issue that you are having. Also, going larger than that, let's talk about the fees process for a second. Student fees can be sort of a daunting subject for many people. Why are fees going to this? What do they go to specifically? The student government is involved in the fee award process, which means that when RSOs need money allocated to them, they come before the fee board. That consists of members from the student government and members at large, as well as an advisor. So we are involved in that, and so we can give recommendations, try to prioritize how money is spent in that way. And I think that that is a really good representation of how your student government works for you, as far as making sure that your student fees are spent wisely. Going even larger than that, last year, as we all remember, there was a big scare as far as the MAP grant was concerned, whether it was going to stay in the budget, be removed, and what the student government did, and in fact all student governments did across the state of Illinois, was lobby in Springfield. And that brings us down to the biggest thing in the student government, is that we are an advocate for you, and we do have that relationship with Springfield, where we can go and voice your opinion on lobby days, and that is something that we absolutely love doing, and that's why we exist.
A more inclusive place. And Secretary of Diversity Affairs, Rossi, is going to answer this one.
The 2010-2011 Student Government Association Administration is committed to making Illinois State University a more diversely populated and inclusive environment for all students, both prospective and current. For the past few years, the Student Government Association of ISU has shown a commitment to diversity. Specifically, the SGA has created a position titled the Secretary of Diversity Affairs that meets with the cultural ex officios on campus to try and create a bridge between the two parties. This year, a committee has been created that will be chaired by the Secretary of Diversity Affairs that will try and address the specific needs of students here on campus that will include members from all over the university. Annually, the SGA of ISU hosts its Diversity Week that again tries to create a more inclusive environment by allowing different cultural organizations from all over campus to showcase their organization and their events. In addition to Diversity Week, the SGA tries to raise awareness of social issues that affect people from all over the world, including giving away ribbons on World AIDS Day. This year, we will do our best to bring programming to the university that will help raise awareness of more social issues, and all feedback from students is welcome.
Diversity doing to be more environmentally conscious and pushing sustainable efforts. And Secretary of Sustainability, Rob Martin, is going to answer this one.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for showing up. What is SGA and ISU doing to be more environmentally conscious and pushing sustainable efforts? Well, let's just start with, first of all, the one thing that attracted me to this school was the fact that they opened up a renewable energy major bachelor's program, which in itself is a huge effort to promote and push sustainability as part of ISU's vision of the future. There's a lot of renovations going on around campus right now, I'm sure everybody's aware. And with each construction process, they are upgrading old facilities, and they're definitely making things more sustainable here. This includes more efficient windows, insulation, light fixtures that have motion sensors on them, electric hand dryers, etc. Plus the new rec center that will be open soon meets silver LEED standards. Our faculty have also been opted to attend courses that helps them integrate sustainability into their teaching curriculum, including some of the online courses like Blackboard and Student Share Drive, which has eliminated hundreds of thousands of dollars that they would be spending in paper each year. Facilities and maintenance here at ISU have really pushed sustainable measures and have tried to have recycling bins near every waste can on campus. There's a new ISU community compost pile out at the university farm that utilize food waste from the dining halls. The recent creation of a full-time sustainability coordinator here on ISU is in charge of many of the sustainable projects that are going on. There are two new offices that are opening up on the north side of campus, the Office of Sustainability and the Office of Energy Management, both of which were created to monitor ISU's energy consumption and the daily habits of waste management throughout its operations. There is now a tab on our main web page that will link you directly to ISU's sustainability website, that shares many past, current, and future projects that deal directly with sustainability. And the students have acted rigorously in the past few years in regards to sustainability. First of all, the creation of my current position within the student government, Secretary of Sustainability. A brand new position just of last year is already making serious headway in getting students more involved in sustainable efforts around campus. My predecessor opted last year for a sustainability fee to be added to tuition, and actually students voted in favor of it last year. And like we were talking about with affordability and everything, when the board of trustees heard about this fee, they did not want to raise fees for students. They already felt like we're being charged too much anyway. But the board did recognize that the students came together and cared about sustainable efforts around campus. So with that, they have allocated special funding specifically for sustainable projects for students to use here on campus. Right now, I'm forming ISU Sustainability Committee, which is going to be comprised of both students and faculty that are going to oversee the allocation of this money in the Sustainability Fund. And we're not talking about just a little chunk of change here. It's $45,000 they're allocating to this fund for the first year, and they're going to increase that $45,000 a year for 4 years, which is going to max out at $180,000. The Sustainability Committee is also going to be launching programs to educate students on both on and off campus about sustainable lifestyles, and are looking forward to having some friendly competitions by the end of this school year. There's also a Water Smart program in early stages of development that will encourage students to learn about reducing their water consumption and using the resource more wisely. Another big goal for the committee this year is to reach out to students and really educate them on what exactly sustainability actually means. We'll be coordinating with various RSOs to initiate different programs that are going to promote different disciplines of the subject. That about sums it up.
Thank you. And that completes the pre-selected questions.
Well, I want to thank you all once again for joining us this evening. This is really a big part of being involved here on campus. We talk a lot about joining organizations and wearing red and then getting out there, and that's absolutely terrific, and you should. But the reality of one of the best ways to get involved here on Illinois State's campus is by being civically engaged, and this is certainly a great step in that direction. Being able to come out here and speak with us and hear what we're saying and be able to challenge what we're saying is absolutely what we're here for you to do.